All right. Wanted to talk about a recent PSA return. Had two phenomenal basketball games in the NBA tonight. First, Boston Celtics took down the Toronto Raptors by a couple points. They're up 2-0 in the second round of that series. Thought Toronto would be a lot scrappier. Game two, Utah Jazz eliminated by the Denver Nuggets. 80-78 came down to the final shot. I've got to say, I think the basketball for me has been lackluster with everything else going on. But tonight, you had, I think, four teams playing pretty hard and really entertaining stuff. As you see, I've got the PSA box out because, again, going over just a couple cards I just got back from grading that I submitted raw myself. And then at the top there, we are just a little over a week away from the NFL season beginning. And this is one of my first football cards I've ever gotten. Well, it's the first one I've submitted graded myself, and I've got kind of a funny story with this. It's a numbered to 7 Lamar Jackson, and I was really excited about this card because I'm an idiot, and I thought it was a rookie card when I bought it. I bought it quick. I thought it was like the Obsidian rookie I've seen of his that's, I think it's not his Obsidian rookie's numbered to under 100. It's purple, and it's got a black finish to it, and I didn't look closely enough, and I just bought it. Paid probably way too much for a second-year Lamar Jackson. It's still a beautiful card. And then I doubled down because I still didn't realize I did a quote-unquote 5-day submission to PSA, which costs a fortune because I wanted to have it back before NFL season. Well, sure enough, I got it back. And not only did I get it back, I got an 8. And I've got to say, I look at this card, and I looked it over really close before I sent it. And I feel like I've done now 5-day submissions through a very, very well-respected submission person or group. And I've never hit a 10, and that's fine. But I looked this card over, and I don't see any corner issues. I don't see any surface issues. I don't see any scratches. I don't see anything wrong with this card. I mean, I don't see, and if I expected a 9, I always get 9s. But this one will be in the collection forever. He's probably my favorite football player right now. I like Mahomes a lot, but Jackson really won my heart over when he was at Louisville. I think he's a really good guy. I think he's so exciting to watch. He had one of those seasons last year that I'll always remember. So I sit him atop the display there. Next thing I want to go over, I submitted 3 Mike Trouts, which I'm really happy with all 3 that I submitted. First one I want to share. This is such a cool card, and for being a 2013, this was from the National Convention, and it's I fell in love with this card the first time I saw it. Bought it raw. It's based off the 1952 Bowman. Hit a 10 on that. And for being a 2013 Trout card, granted, I think you had to be at the National, which I wasn't even close to being back into collecting back then. I think you had to be at the National to get that card. And there's under 20 of that in a 10. So cards like that, for me, Mike Trout, Inner Circle Hall of Famer, if you can get like a 10 and it's under 100 or it's under 50, or under 20, I feel like it's a good card to have. Whether it's like just something that's a talking point in your collection, and you got something that's kind of rare of a future Hall of Famer, or just having a card that's I think should have some value if you can get low population Trout cards. This one's not, and I just think it's a beautiful card. Another 2013. It seems like so many people have this one, the Chrome Sliding Trout. Picked that one off Raw for a decent price, and I see why this one got a 9. It's got some, I guess, some edging there. It's hard to pick up, but up at the top. But really a cool Trout card to have. And then this one I just recently got right when 2020 baseball came out. This was my first Trout I bought. Nice looking card. The 85 design silver pack. Trout just hit his, I think it was his 297th career home run last night or 2 nights ago. So he's getting ready to pass that milestone even in this shortened season. No one told Trout that this is a 60-game season and you're not supposed to be on an 80-homer pace, because he's got a shot at clearing 20 home runs this year. And he's going to pass Tim Salmon for the Angels franchise record. It's a shame the Angels can't put a little bit better team behind him, because everything was in line this year to make Mike Trout have a playoff appearance in a playoff series for only the second time in his career. I really thought that would happen, and they just have absolutely no pitching. But nonetheless, I mean, it's just the guy's like a superhero when he's at the plate. And definitely this Bowman card that I put up of him is one of my favorite cards that I own. Maybe just outside my top 10. Take one more look at that. One of the cards I'd love to get someday is 52 Bowman Willie Mays. That drawing type design, if I could ever afford it. A couple more just commons here. This is my second one of this card. My friend Corey gave me this card. And love Yelich. Yelich hit his 8th home run tonight. Just love this throwback to the 64 tops. I'd pile those up all day. And now I've got 2 of those. I call them pocket aces. But that's a fairly low pop card. I think there's only 7 10s. I've got 2 of them now. I don't think it gets submitted a whole lot. And then I got a Stadium Club Pete Alonso. Gosh, Pete he is scuffling so bad. This year is a total write-off for him. That was predictable. He said tonight his swing's feeling good. He said the swing's feeling good. He feels great. He does not look great. His swing does not look great. He's run into a couple, it seems like, with his eyes closed. Things are not going well for Pete, and the Mets look to be on the outside looking in again on the playoff chase. But I still love the guy. I've got to cut down on buying his stuff. I think it's going to become, I'm going to collect them, but I need to stop buying like all the Pete Alonso, because it's going to end up, I think, pretty much a paperweight. I think if you're collecting Pete Alonso stuff, you need to do it because you love him, and people are realizing his value is collapsing. That's why I'm fine, buying 9s and stuff like that. I don't think he's gonna, he's gonna hit some home runs and such, but I just don't think the long term the value is really gonna be there. Beyond personal sentiment, and how can you not love a guy that hits a lot of home runs and listens to Whitesnake? I know I do. And so I'm gonna wrap up here. I've got kind of some success stories to go over. So I one Saturday afternoon started buying raw Vladimir Guerrero short print missing card number rookies. I just decided when I saw them at a certain price point, I was going to start buying them. He's my most heavily collected guy, without a doubt. And I tried to pick off the nicest ones I could, and I hit 10s. My first one I submitted, I hit a 9 on, and that's long gone. I bought a 10 around Christmas time, flipped it. I don't want to say flipped it, I just sold it because the price jumped to where I thought was a little ridiculous for him. But submitted these two, got a 10. It's weird. They always kind of have this like speckled corner up here. I mean, they just kind of always have it. Even these 10s have it. And I've just, no matter, I mean, look, you'll see it on this one's not quite as bad, but it's definitely on this one. You can definitely see there's just a little speckle up there. Nothing else wrong with these. Tight. Good judgment on my part. So, those will be some two that I'm going to keep around for a while. I'm definitely always going to have one of those. I'm not going to let these escape my grasp again, just because he's got such a hobby appeal, and this is the third one I'd picked off. And the funny part is, I've got to say, if the other two were 10s, I don't know, there's like a little bit of a speckle in this upper right corner. It's hard to see, but it's really, I guess the bottom right, which I kind of missed, has a little bit going on there. Just a little bit. Just enough to make it a 9. But I've got a lot. I think I've got like 8 or 10 more of those at PSA right now. And we'll see. It's, it's about a coin flip whether you hit a 10 or not on those. And that is, I think, a cool card. I mean, a lot of people... That's the card that made me realize, like, in the hobby, when I first started coming back to the hobby. So this was January or February 2019, I first started collecting again. And I started realizing through that card, like, that the base rookie card just, it still has value to people. Like, people just, like, love to own the base rookie card. And there is, there's, like, 300 or 400 Vlad rookies out there, but that is the flagship rookie card of his, and there's a cool factor to it. And I heard a lot of people talking about, if he becomes what he's supposed to become, and he's hit in about, I think he's gotten a hit in 13 out of 14 games. He went 2 for 4 tonight in Miami. He's hitting the ball really hard. He does look good, and he's on an upstart team that really plays their butts off. If you don't watch the Buffalo/Toronto Blue Jays, or the Stray Jays as I call them, they're a good story this year, and they're going for it. And a playoff appearance will help his collectability. He has appeal in Canada. He has appeal in the Latin community, and he has appeal in America. So he's a guy that I think the baseball hobby needs to do well. And I love collecting his stuff. I mean, he's got a long career ahead of him. I hope he can stay in good shape. And that card, I've heard a lot of people say, if he becomes what he should, that people see that as having a chance to be kind of like a bat down, Acuna type card. And people might have their own theories on that. I don't see it climbing quite to that. I don't think it's going to climb quite to that, but who knows? If he has a huge postseason or something, and you're sitting on a stack of those, you're going to be a happy person. You're going to have some options. But nonetheless, it's a cool card. If it goes to $25 tomorrow, and that would suck because he's obviously not performing, but He's a fun guy to collect. My last card I want to show is I picked up the Vlad Chrome Refractor 2020 Heritage. It's unfortunate because I hit a 9 on this. I think it looks really good. I do see like kind of some corner dimples there. This is the third one graded. It's numbered to 571. It's 289 out of 571. And I think it is just a beautiful card. Again, it's got that awesome 71 Topps look to it. I need to get that Roberto Clemente card. But I hit a 9 on that. There's been 3 graded. The other 2 were 10s. This is only the first 9. So I'm in the record books for that. But that's my recent PSA submission. Pretty happy with it all in all. You know, a lot of cards here that I don't see anything here I'm really looking to get rid of. I can say one thing in closing. If you're a person that does a 5-day submission, like I did with I've done it with a couple Zions, and I did it with my Lamar Jackson here, who I expect to take the Ravens to the Super Bowl. The 5-day submission experience, it's not exactly 5 days. You're looking at a couple weeks before they get to your package and log it. Then it's, you know, maybe another week or 2 before it's graded and then shipped back to you. I mean, all in all, a 5-day with PSA, you know, which I think is $75. You're looking at really like a 35-day start to finish. But awesome card. Got to close with Lamar. Numbered to 7. There's only 7 of these in the world. Somebody, I think, hit a 9 or a 10. And there is one Beckett 9.5 out there. But, you know, hey, if you get a Lamar Jackson that's numbered to 7 that looks this beautiful, you can't be complaining about it. At the end of the day, if you love the card, you know, the guy that those back pages that inspired me to do this channel, if you love the card, who cares about the value? I didn't buy this with the intention of like ever selling it. And, you know, I'll just kind of hang on to it, hopefully till Lamar's a Hall of Famer, and someday that'll be my first graded football card. So, hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody's enjoying the sports that are on, that are a nice little distraction from everything else that's going on. Thanks for tuning in, and I will do an upcoming video on my top 10 baseball cards.